What's up, everybody?
Just want to do housekeeping just to confirm status of Booker, Beal, and Gordon tonight.
Gordon is in, Booker is in, and Bradley is still probable for right now.
As far as minute restriction, do you have them on all three guys or no?
Not on Eric. We do have minutes restriction for Book and for Bradley, if he plays.
Curious with pulling from the two preseason games when all three of them played, how much do you pull?
That was a long time ago.
That's why I'm asking. How much do you pull from that, if anything at all?
Yeah, I don't even think about those games, to be honest with you. I mean, I know what they're capable of on the floor, and what type of things we like to run for them, and how they fit on the defensive side of the ball. So, I'm not really looking back at those games.
What are the challenges and the opportunities with a team of three elite players on the floor at the same time?
There's less challenges and more opportunities. Just making sure that everybody's playing as a team, that we're balancing the rotation, so that they're all getting equal opportunities and we're utilizing them to the best of their abilities. I'd say those are the biggest challenges.
It's obviously still a work in progress.
Well, we haven't seen them together, so yeah.
So what do you have planned for Minnesota's two bigs tonight?
Well, we'll see. Got a game plan. They're number one defense in the league, and we have to attack them intelligently, for sure.
With the length that they have, is this the type of game maybe you look to KBD in the starting lineup, or are we still?
Maybe. That's a good thought. And we might do that. But I'll let you guys know at 30 minutes, or Cole will let you know at 30 minutes.
Frank, what's kind of your approach in a transition like this? With obviously Book coming back, he's going to play a ton. He's going to do a lot. Are you kind of going to guys who might have been playing directly and having one-on-one conversations, or is it just sort of it's been evolving and it will continue to, and that's kind of your message?
Yeah, well, we got to make sure we see who's all in, and I think everybody knows that when he comes back, they're going to take some of the minutes of the other guys. We do have talks, with guys at every game, if their role is going to increase or decrease, with what's happening with the team, and that's just part of the communication piece.
Coach, to that point, Kevin Durant's third in the league in minutes per game right now. I'm sure that's higher than you wanted it to be with the injuries. How much of it was circumstance, and do you want to try and lower that number now with all three guys?
Yeah, probably. I want to lower it some, but not a ton. I mean, he's one of the best players in the league, and we need him. With the guys that we've had out, we've needed him.
You mentioned the Timberwolves' defense. What makes them so good on that end from what you've seen so far?
Elite perimeter defense. One of the best rim protectors in the game, in Rudy, and then obviously a second 7-footer out there. That makes it very hard to score in the paint. Their second leg in points in the paint. And, they can really fly around the perimeter, so they have everything covered. So it's, that's about all I have to say about it.
Go ahead.
So you talked a lot after the last game about taking a look at the video to see what happened, confirm their thoughts that you had. What did you come up with when you looked at the video?
The offense looked pretty good. We had some sloppy passes. We had some good shots that we missed, both at the rim and on the perimeter. We shot 1 for 15 on second chance points. That's not execution. That's just shot making. One of those nights.
Coach, just back to Bradey. You want to see him warm up before pregame and get a game time decision as far as whether he'll play.
Yeah, he's just listed as probable until we know for sure.
You've been around a lot of great players in your career.
What's up, Michael Grady?
How you doing?
It's my old friend back there.
You've been around a lot of great players. What stood out about Kevin in your time with him so far?
Yeah, I think just his love for the game. Like, the guy always wants to hoop. It's his practice. You see a lot of guys his age, or star players not his age. That they want to be out of shoot around, out of practice, and off his feet as much as possible. And he wants to do everything. And he wants to do it at high speed and high intensity. I think the speed with which he works on 1-0 workouts has really elevated the way the other guys on our team work. And, that type of intensity was something that surprised me. Not that I knew one way or the other, but it was very impressive to see how hard he goes. And, the ease with which he scores the ball. You know, I mean, the guy's got guys draped all over him, facing double teams in every pick and roll, every post up, and he's still averaging 30 a night, and it's really remarkable.
Coach, from a schematic perspective with Booker, Beal, and Durant, if Beal was able to go tonight, just how much of the playbook did you guys get into through training camp, and how do you want to sort of either ease them in or kind of throw it all at them, like find that mix and balance with what you're running?
Yeah, I mean, there's no time to ease anybody in right now. You know, I mean, they know the offense that we're running and the ways we're going to get them to basketball. So them getting into our lineup doesn't really change a whole lot of that. You know, easing them back is really about the minutes restriction and not overdoing them when they're not ready to play really heavy minutes. You know, so we have to be smart with that.
And you guys are expecting some of what you run to naturally run smoother just with the amount of extra space you guys should have?
Yeah, and decision making and dynamic playmaking. Yeah.
All three of those guys are such elite scorers. Do you have to, how do you balance out, or do you? Who shoots when and who?
Well, they're all elite playmakers, you know, not just scorers. You know, they really thrive on making the right play. They thrive on setting their teammates up every bit as much as they do scoring the ball. So, you know, when we see them all out there together, we'll see how that plays out.
Coach, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, well, Anthony Edwards playing some great basketball right now. What are the things you're looking to take away from him, you know, besides just Rudy and, you know?
Yeah, don't let him touch the ball. Don't let him shoot the ball. That's a good start. If we could do that, you know, we'll slow him down really well. He can do it all. I mean, he's one of the most dynamic players in the world. You know, the way he shoots the ball from the perimeter, if you try to go under and minimize that, but that, you know, if he gets downhill, you know, he's a terror on bigs at the basket or small or low man helps. You know, he's one of the most difficult guys in the NBA to slow down. You know, and with the shooting that they have around him and the vertical spacing with Rudy at the rim, you know, makes it very difficult to bring help, quite frankly.
Coach, you had Devin on a minute restriction the last game, and he rose a bit over that. How strict do you have to be? Because he's someone that will insist to keep playing.
Yeah, well, you still have to read the game out. You know what I mean? Like that, I think that game was one of the most unique games, you know, that I've ever been a part of. You know, you go down 27 and you come back from down 27. You know, as you're trying to, you know, manage the quote unquote minutes restriction range, and you know, you just have you know, make your best decision that you can, do the best you can with it, you know, to make the right choice.
Coach, when Josh Okogie was in Minnesota, his offense would sometimes come and go, but his defense was there every night. How have you seen him manage, navigate any offensive struggles that he's had lately?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's struggling a little bit with his shot, but you know, he's playing good offensive basketball. He's just not shooting the ball that well right now, and you know, that will come. You know, all players are going to go through highs and lows, right, ups and downs. You know, with their shooting, even elite shooters, and you know, he's got to play through that. We're working with him on a lot of different ways to be effective, especially the more elite playmakers he has around him, the less he has to try to do himself. And you know, there's a lot of ways where, you know, we can use his catches to, you know, to redrive and find the other elite shooters around him, the dynamic players around him. So there's not so much pressure on whether he's making or missing shots. You know, he can still be an effective offensive player, but he's one of the best defensive players in the league, and we love what he brings to the table.